to protect ourselves, and in terms of moving forward and trying to get some kind of normalcy in our lives.
Guam's first batch of vaccines delivered by United Airlines.
I think this is the start. It's kind of the beginning of the end for us, if you will, right? And so, I think this is going to save lives for sure. And then for us, I think it's going to help get our business going, and it's going to help Guam's economy significantly.
Within days after the Pfizer vaccine arrived on Guam, Ukadu High School was stood up as a vaccination clinic.
Finally, we see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Public Health's Immunization Program Medical Advisor Dr. Bob Leon Guerrero, Nurse Research Command Xenia Piscina, and Director Art San Augustine were the first to receive the vaccinations.
I started praying since last night when they told me I was going to get it. I'll be the first one. I started praying since then. And my sleep was kind of restless, but I think I'll be able to sleep better tonight. I was scared. I won't lie to you. I know it was good. I wanted to do it. It's just I was scared. I want to go back to where it was before. And without this vaccine, it's not going to happen. Without this vaccine, you're not going to be able to hug other people outside your house.
We started back in March, and it was such a gloomy day. I will not forget the first day that they called us in, and we thought, oh my gosh, this is the end of the world. It's the end of the world. People talk about getting back to a state of normalcy. I don't want a state of normalcy. I want normal.
According to the vaccination distribution plan, critical priority groups are first in line, such as doctors, nurses, hospital workers, and essential workers. It won't be until next year that the vaccine will be offered to the general public. Getting the vaccine is an individual choice that members of the Governor's Physicians Advisory Group and Surgeon Cell recommend everyone to be informed about the pros and cons.
And we want to make sure that people have the right information to make the best informed decision for themselves. And that's important. But what's even more important is to understand that your decision affects everybody else as well. Because yes, the risk is not zero in taking the vaccine, but the benefits are tremendous. What do you need to know? Are you pregnant or planning to be pregnant? Are you breastfeeding or planning to breastfeed? So those two, right now it's for 16 years and older. And again, it's just because there hasn't been enough studies in the younger. So side effects. So I'll admit one that I'm having right now. I'm a little sore. And just about every single vaccine I've gotten a little sore. What we know is that, especially with the Pfizer vaccine, this first one, is that after the second dose, about 4% of people who get this vaccine have fatigue, and in some cases classified as severe fatigue.
The Pfizer vaccine is a 2-dose regimen, as is the Moderna vaccine, which the FDA also gave emergency use authorization for distribution. While this may seem as though the light at the end of the tunnel, Public Health advises the community we are not out of the woods, and we're all asked to continue wearing masks, watching our distance, and washing our hands.
We hope that in looking back at these last 9 months, we can look forward to 2021 with renewed hope, be more kind toward one another, cherish your family, and maybe, just maybe, we can finally return to normal. But that all depends on each and every one of us in continuing to practice social distancing, wearing our mask, and of course, washing our hands. Stay safe, everyone, and we will see you next year.
KUAM News, winner of the 2020 Regional Edward R. Murrow Award for Excellence in Social Media.
Tokyo 21, presented locally by IT&E.
Happy New Year and Hafide Guam. I'm Jason Salas. This is Weekend Edition, and these are tonight's top stories. Well, this week, a pair of warrior tents at the Mingilao compound for the Department of Corrections are officially operational. According to DOC spokesperson Major Anton Uggan, the tents are set up to serve as additional isolation facilities. As for the dome renovations, Major Uggan says they are about 70% completed and are currently being worked on by DPW. A completion date has yet to be determined.
The Warrior tents, again, it's a good isolation unit, so it can be used for other things in the future. Patients with TB or some other things where they may need to be isolated. So we can always use that for other things. The restroom that's outside by it can also be used by our perimeter officers. Again, it's just in preparation. We're hoping for the best, but you plan for the worst.
There are currently no active COVID-19 cases at the Department of Corrections. In other news tonight, as we close out the quite chaotic year and begin a new one, it's left many lost and disoriented in our tightly knit island community, and we must not forget those that have continually risked their lives to serve our island and keep us protected and safe. The Guam Police held their annual service awards recognizing the outstanding officer and civilian of the year. Tyler Matanani has more in this story.
It was originally set in May, but as we all know, most things in 2020 didn't go as planned. But we couldn't end the final chapter of this chaotic year without honoring our men and women in blue. On Tuesday, the Guam Police Department conducted their annual service award ceremony at the Hakabatan building in Tamuning. Earning the highest honor of Police Officer of the Year was Officer Susie Santos.
I was really shocked. I consider myself an underdog in the police department, so to be selected, it's an honor and it is very humbling. It took me a while to take it all in. I think today is when it's really like coming out, I guess, the excitement of it all. And after the whole year of the COVID and the struggles that came with it, for me, this is like a highlight for 2020.
Santos has been serving in the police force for 15 years. Also earning the award for Civilian of the Year was Ernanita Lahato.
I know that the committee take careful thoughts and consideration into choosing, because there's a lot of very hardworking and deserving employee of the GPD, and to be chosen as the Civilian of the Year is really an honor, and I'm very grateful and thankful.
Both women expressed the stress accompanied by the pandemic that brought both fear of catching and spreading the virus, but said they continue to stand firm in their purpose to protect the well-being of the community. Officer Santos described the unique challenges of balancing health and safety practices while performing her duties.
I think doing all that on top of our mission made it just a little bit more complicated and a lot harder to fulfill our mission. Don't let your fears dictate how you're going to move forward. Don't let the COVID-19 hold you down.
As we honor our top guns here at GPD, we also thank the men and women in blue for fighting on the front lines in our war against COVID. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Tyler Matanani.
In other news tonight, for the 15th time, the University of Guam is holding a biennial art exhibit, and for the first time, because of the state of the world, they're letting you enjoy some amazing art by some talented creative people on the island for the comforts of your own home.
UOG's Isla Center for the Arts is conducting their first ever virtual art exhibition for creative hands, selected works by Pacific artists. The Isla Center began sponsoring the exhibition back in 1992. Exhibit coordinator and director of the center, Dr. Velma Yamashita.
I'm really happy that we were able to continue with the series and provide our local artists with a platform for having their works judged by an off-island art professional.
Out of 205 submissions from 31 local artists, 96 works will be featured by 26 artists. Dr. Jill Dupuy, director and chief curator at the Lowell Art Museum at the University of Miami, served as this year's juror and selected the theme and works to be featured.
Well, I met Dr. Dupuy at a workshop or a conference last year in Kyoto. She didn't come to Guam. Everything was done online. All of the artists submitted works of art digitally, and then we established an online album, and then she selected the works to be included. For her to select the works of art is completely objective because she doesn't know anybody here. So it's a good experience for the artists too.
Through the use of color, composition, and cultural expression, the artists have created a variety of media, including copper sculptures and wood carvings, that successfully communicate the Chamorro culture and Guam.
And since she has never been here, in her statement, and we have a juror statement that's part of the website, she was definitely impressed with how the artist selected or expressed the culture of the island in the works of art.
Dr. Yamashita expands on the challenge of creating a virtual art experience.
I will say I had a lot of help from one of my students to help me set up the website. Yeah, it's definitely a learning experience. This is only our second online exhibition. And so the process of having the artwork online and then allowing the artist or including an artist statement along with the artwork helps to convey what they're trying to express in the works of art. There's certainly nothing like seeing the artwork in person, and hopefully we'll be able to do that again soon.
Dr. Yamashita says the virtual exhibition may possibly be an additional component to their future programs. The exhibit officially launched on December 17th and is available up to February 26th of next year. You can view the exhibit at url.uog.edu/creativehands. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Tyler Matanani.
All right, Tyler, thank you for both of those reports. Good job. Well, moving on in our rundown, we've all heard, of course, these same social distancing sayings throughout last year, and of course, we're going to hear them heading. Wear your mask, watch your distance, and wash your hands. And although the 3 Ws promote the effective and practices of prevention through the spread of COVID, the friendly folks over at the Guam Visitors Bureau are spreading safety through a more colorful lens. The agency is encouraging safe and healthy practices through 4 social media contests. You may have seen some familiar faces in the community using the hashtag #ProtectGuam. Here's Josh Takenka with GVB with more.
Let's reward the people that are showcasing what they've been doing the last several months, and then bring everyone together in a way where we're still together, but still apart, but making it fun and creative. And in the same token as the Instagram campaign, we're getting to see that user-generated content that is coming from our people, showing how we're protecting our island and ourselves and each other.
GVB's extended 2 of their ongoing contests to the end of the month. Protect Guam encourages the regular use of masks through fun, creative, and stylish social media posts, and hashtag Guam Heroes gives users the opportunity to highlight their favorite hero. Whether it's a frontline or a family member, they want you to share it. GVB will select 10 winners in all from each contest to move on to their 2 contests. Altogether, 40 winners will be selected to earn $100.
What your reasons for protecting Guam? Because you want to hug your grandma or be with your family. We want to see that.
Now, there are 2 ways to enter the contest. You can either post a photo or video to Instagram using the hashtag #ProtectGuam. Now, profiles must be public, of course, in order to play. Or you can go directly to GVB's website. Check out visitguam.com/protectguam. Well, now it is time for our Just for Kids segment, one of the most popular segments here on our show. And once again, here is Kids Chef Kiki Leonguro with another amazing recipe.
Hi, my name is Kiki, and I'm going to be showing you guys how to make rolled up pigs in a blanket, which are basically sausage rolled in bread. So you can place the sausages in, you have to flatten it out first and then roll it up once the sausages are done. First you have to flatten one out. So first you have to put it right in the center. Then you have to roll it like this. And then you have to squeeze it, roll it. Now I'm going to show you guys how to make cheese bread. First you have to break your cheese in half. Or you can fold it. I choose to break mine in half. And then you can put the cheese on. And then I have some sugar in here. And I am just gonna get a pinch of sugar and just do that. Now you have to roll it up. And then when you're done rolling it, you can kind of form it into this, which is a pretzel. A pretzel. That's how you make cheese bread and rolled up pigs in a blanket. Thank you for baking with Kiki. I hope you have a nice day and be safe.
Matt, that's catchy. I love that song. All right, please stay tuned. Trend Spotting is coming up next.
Get up-to-the-minute news, plus access to alerts, streaming radio, promotions, and more on your mobile device by downloading the KUAM News mobile app, available at the App Store now.
While we've all been through a lot over the years,
typhoons, earthquakes, and now COVID-19,
we've been able to get through these together.
For more than 80 years,
Travel's Insurance has been protecting your homes, your businesses,
and the health of your family.
We are here today and we'll be here tomorrow.
There are better days ahead. Tomorrow's a new day filled with hope and choices.
The possibilities of what we can achieve together are limitless.
Let's continue to work together to ensure a brighter tomorrow for all of us.
I'm coming home. I'm coming home. I wanna be home for the holidays, because home is only home when I'm with you.
Hi, Nana.
Hi, my boy. Miss you. Because home is only home when I'm with you.
Enjoy honey sesame chicken breast at Panda Express. Be the sweetness. Be the freshness. Be the crispy tender sesame seed perfection. That's how you find your sweet spot. Have it delivered from Panda Express today.
Micronesia Mall.
Viva Anu Nuevo Guahan and to the rest of the world, and good riddance to 2020. There were quite a couple of stories that caught your attention during the last stretch, including the swift recovery of a little girl gone missing in Jigo and the return of the Grinch in Maritzu. I'm Tyler Matanani, this is Boomer, and this is your Trend Spotting Report. In one of the most suspenseful moments of the week, volunteers joined first responders in Jigo on Monday in a thorough search for a missing girl. 7-year-old Avery Michaela Sandoval went missing toward the late afternoon, prompting the search along Evelyn Perez Road in the Chalanlachance area. Emergency responders came out in full force, using special equipment and even a K9 unit to find little Avery. And after around 5 hours of sweeping through the darkened northern streets, Avery was found. We're not sure why, but the little girl was found safe and in good health on top of the roof of her home. We all held our breaths during those few hours, and it felt great to see a happy ending. Viewers shared some thoughts, including Sedina Pollen, who said, "It helped that the media alerted us. The neighborhood worked along with the GPD to search around for her. It is a great relief that she is found safe. It is also great to know that we have a neighborhood that cares." Frankie Augustin said, "Thank you, Lord, for watching over Avery and protecting her. Amen. Keep her and her family safe." Rosa Urdaneta shared this. Tauta Motna put her there. Ask permission for her on the place. Believe it, she'll be okay. We're going back down to Malesu, where it seemed like the Grinch returned, trying to dampen southern villagers' spirits. In the cover of Christmas Night, a person was caught on camera vandalizing the festively decorated Heart of Malesu. The small patch at the tip of the island has drawn residents and tourists alike to the village. Christmas decorations were set up to bring smiles to those passing by, and the vandal tore a lot of it down, ruining the community-driven display. While the surveillance camera did catch the culprit right in the act of defacing the park, the image wasn't clear enough to identify them. Alasia Mansipit was one of the team members who helped plan the display.
During this time, a lot of people are going through personal things in their lives. We don't want to point fingers at the person responsible. We really just want to move past this.
Manspit says they are working closely with the Guam Police Department because they want the person responsible to seek the help they may be needing. The attack at the heart of Malessu came just after chains were found wrapped around the statue of Santa Maria in Camelin, also in Malessu. Plenty of you shared your thoughts with us. Gloria May Bautista said, "Whoever did this should be ashamed of themselves. No respect at all. Karma is just around the corner." Maria Paredo chimed in, saying, "Some people just don't have any consideration or respect for all that hard work the mayor's staffs are doing to beautify the place, hoping and praying they catch whoever did that." And Emily Malhis said, "Shame on whoever did this. He or she must have been on drugs that they forgot that God was watching their every move. Man, tayo mamalaw." Now turning to the pandemic, we've been doing so well, and with the vaccine rolling through, more restrictions will be peeling very soon. Governor Lou Leon Guerrero's new executive order has extended the emergency declaration another month, but a whole bunch of businesses and activities will soon be able to operate, with restrictions of course. Effective January 11, amusement parks, bingo halls, game rooms, and similar businesses and activities will be authorized to resume operations at limited capacity. Effective January 18 and contingent on continued low CAR scores and test positivity rates, all institutions of learning will be authorized to resume in-person instruction. If your kid goes to public school, you'll still have the option to continue distance learning. And GovGuam social workers and other human services personnel are authorized to conduct home visitations. And one more story for the win. Over the weekend, 246 students graduated from the University of Guam in a virtual ceremony. And as a bonus, 2 Chamorro women were awarded honorary degrees for their service to the community. Arlene Steffi is no stranger to the community. The longtime journalist, oral historian, and ethnographer has documented thousands of Chamorro stories, many of those who suffered during the war. Steffi was awarded an honorary Doctor of Humane Letters degree. And one of our great Manumcos, Rosalia Ferrin Mateo, better known as Mama Chai, received the honorary degree of Master of Micronesian Traditional Knowledge. Mama Chai is a Zoamti, one of the very few traditional Chamorro healers left who continues the ancient practice. For decades, she's healed thousands with herbal medicine and massage, and also was instrumental in opening Guam's first traditional healing center at Saging Katuran Chamorro. Rosalind.Cruz.771 said, "Wonderful achievement, Mama Chai. Blessings to you and thank you for all that you do." And St. Nicholas Connie shared, "Congratulations and best wishes, Mama Chai. Thank you very much for all you do. Happy holidays." Congratulations, grads, and to our honorary recipients. Let's hope for more good news as we eagerly jump into 2021. Happy New Year, Guam. Stay safe. Adios.
It makes myself and it makes my team members very proud to work for an organization that has been on island for many years with its focus on reliability, dependability, and commitment to the communities that they operate in.
Matson's a great corporate citizen to the community.
We all benefit from any sort of environmental commitment we make. One of the ways that we do that is with our Adahi Utano program. There's action behind it, and so action breeds commitment.
With the Kaimana Hila coming to Guam, this brings a new age and modernization to the island.
It's exciting for me because it's a brand new ship and we can carry more freight into the islands. It just shows growth for Guam and Micronesia.
Matson would be nothing without its customers, and we hope to continue to serve you for decades to come.
It takes all of us to protect Guam. Join the Guam Visitors Bureau in our social media campaign series aimed to protect our island and each other in this COVID-19 era. Participate in the Protect Guam movement by wearing your mask, showcasing Guam's heroes, staying active, and downloading the Guam COVID Alert app. Post and share your content with us, use the hashtag ProtectGuam, and you could win $100. It's that simple. Check out visitguam.com for details. Let's reclaim our lives, our economy, and our tourism industry.
What's up, Guam? Welcome to KUAM Sports. Dave Delgado here with me, Al Garrido, ESA League Director. Good news coming for student athletes. The Interscholastic Sports Association Board of Control sent out a press release talking about the start date and block schedule for sports. Official practices slated for January 25th.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we're excited. Of course, all of these plans are in place. We're just now, I guess our next step as we're getting everything ready is just getting the approval from the governor to push forward with all our plans.
And of course, safety will be the #1 priority. What steps will be made to ensure the safety of athletes and coaches?
Well, preemptive of everything, where we want our coaches to be fully educated and to understand just the ramifications of their responsibilities. We want them to know that they are going to be the front line basically for all our kids. So we're going to be providing training where we are requiring this year that they take COVID-19 training that is offered. It's free, as a matter of fact. Anyone can take this one if you guys want to. It's on nfhs.learn, COVID-19 training for coaches. On top of that, if they're GDUE employed, there is COVID-19 training that they had to attend as well. And then finally, there's going to be a mandatory COVID-19 training that's going to be offered from GNOC, which will entail some of the things that they would already have learned, as well as the type of training and practices that they can do during this type of time.
As far as venues, have there been a decision on certain venues, or would it be still home teams that have home games there be able to host those games?
Yes, we're right now, if we're looking at games now, that's the next step after practices. Game-wise, again, that's another thing that needs to be approved on top of practices with the governor. And game-wise, we're going to have to, right now, there's no spectators at any of the games. And yes, it will be home teams hosting. There's the limitation of the venue itself that is we'll have to follow. And at the moment right now, it looks like it's just going to be the teams, the coaches, the game staff, officials will be present at these games. We're going to try to be very creative and include at least 1 or 2 event, maybe live event staff that can like broadcast the games on Facebook Live or Instagram Live. So those are things we're discussing as we move forward.
The remainder of the school year is going to be split into 2 blocks now, low-risk sports being first, cross-country girls and boys volleyball, softball, and tennis. The decision-making process for splitting up the sports, was that based on athletic directors and staff and faculty?
Yes, the athletic directors, I call them like the heart and soul of the whole program. I mean, they have years and years of experience. They have years and years of discussing with coaches and students and admin. So they're like right in the middle of everyone. They are the gurus, I would say. So yeah, the decision to split it into 2 to allow for us to have a sports season was a unanimous decision with all the 6 athletic directors, as well as the decision on the type of sports to be offered on the first block and on the second block. So it was all unanimous. We all really are just basing on a couple of things. Number one is the situation at the moment, right? What's going on? What's the guidelines at the moment? And also the understanding that this is a new year and that we're going to have to really make decisions based on the fact that we just want to get a sports season out there, and that it is a new year. There's going to be changes that people might not accept, but there's going to be a lot of changes that people are going to accept. And one of the biggest thing is that we are going to really work at trying to get a sports season started.
Well, props to those athletic directors for making these tough decisions and coming together, making that push for our student athletes. Some of the sports that didn't make the cut because of safety concerns: football, wrestling, rugby, and paddling, of course.
Yeah, that I still recall that decision. It was a very quiet one, and it was tough for them. It was with a deep sigh, but also a realization from the athletic directors that we held out as long as possible. And in order to have a successful season, to run as many sports as we could, we needed to look at what we were considering the high-risk sports and what was the risk versus the reward. And we just could not outweigh the reward. It just could not outweigh what the risks were. And so, I mean, that I still remember it was a really quiet vote. We asked what we were going to do, and it was just real quiet. But all 6 do understand that the decision that had to be made for the safety of our athletes. And it was a two-part decision too. One of the things was we really did want the athletes to have an opportunity early on to know what was going to go on through the school year. Because if we had waited after block 1 to try and see, then a lot of these maybe football, wrestling, or athletes might have wanted to do something during block 1, but they were waiting for block 2, and we didn't want to put that on their table. We wanted to give them as much notice now, so that if they were planning to go to apply for schools and so forth and use their senior season stats and so forth, that they know that now they would have to apply and use their junior season stats if possible, and say, hey, this is what I've got. You know, COVID affected this, which the entire world is going through that. And so we wanted to give these guys enough notice. We felt it's our responsibility to make sure that they had enough time to make those decisions.
So this year's season is going to be a 6 to 7 week schedule. It doesn't seem like there's going to be any interleague play with IIAG. But what's the response been like with student athletes reaching out to their coaches and asking about the season and how many games will they be having?
Well, right now, I'm thinking most of the responses are, what do we do to start? So most of the questions are, how can we start? And we do know some coaches that are already reaching out to their athletes and giving them workout plans on their own that they can do between now and January 25th. Because January 25th is when the first time that the teams would be allowed to meet officially and to go through all the protocols that we just spoke about. Game-wise, we do have a tentative schedule that's actually going to go out first to the coaches, and then we'll that might make it out to the media as well as we look through it. But we do have tentative schedules to go with those sports too. So the athletes will get a chance to see those in due time as well.
I'm coming home. Oh, oh. I'm coming home. I wanna be home for the holidays, because home is only home when I'm with you.
Hi, Nana.
Hi, my boy. Miss you. Because home is only home when I'm with you.
Enjoy honey sesame chicken breast at Panda Express. Be the sweetness. Be the freshness. Be the crispy tender sesame seed perfection. That's how you find your sweet spot. Have it delivered from Panda Express today.
Agania Shopping Center.
All right, here is the first Cold Stone Creamery birthday shoutouts of the year 2021. It's your weekend birthday shoutouts, the first weekend of 2021. So happy birthday on Saturday to Naomi Toves. Happy blessed birthday, Naomi. We love you, says your family. And Traven Thymanglo. Happy birthday to our baby. We hope the two of you are having a fantastic Saturday. And on Sunday, Cheyenne Mercy Regis Lazama gets birthday love from her friends and family all over the world, as does Eugene Cruz, otherwise known to his close companions as EJ. The Fam Bam is saying we hope you enjoy your special day. So Naomi, Traven, Cheyenne, and Eugene, EJ, we hope each of you has a fantastic island weekend and an even better birthday. All right, everybody, the fight against coronavirus continues, so please, let's keep our masks on, let's stay 6 feet apart, let's continue to do what we've always done, work together and take care of each other. Please have a safe and happy island weekend. I'll see you next time.